Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here, and it's time for Trash Craft Tuesday. Now, I was inspired by Gayle Agostinelli over the weekend. I was watching one of her videos where she was using tea bags, and I have done very little with tea bags. I have used them occasionally in art journaling, and I have put one or two here and there in a Marguerite Miller collage challenge, and apart from that, I've pretty much ignored them. Now, I do know I have some brand new tea bags, you know, the empty bags, but they're brand new, from my beautiful friend Laurel, and I've just kind of been sitting on them, pondering what I want to do with them. But today, this is Trash Craft Tuesday. I'm not using brand new ones. I am using, of course, used ones. So after I watched Gayle's video, I said to my hubby, right, I'm going to be collecting up the tea bags. So over the weekend, all the tea bags went into a pottle, and at the end of the day, I emptied them out and dried them off. Now, little tip for you, if you have never done this before, it was something of a learning curve. Use tea bags, you know, they're all wet, they've been used. I was tearing them or cutting them. In the end, I just went cutting them. So this is one that I tore, and was emptying out as much of the wet tea leaves. Like you can see, I've still got tea dust there. This is one of the ones that I emptied out and then dried them. Not ideal, because you end up with stuff that just won't come out. Now, this is a green tea bag. It's stained with the normal black tea because it was in the same pile. So hubby's drinking green tea, so that's a green tea bag, and I'm drinking black tea. I have it with milk, but these are taken out of the cup before the milk goes in. You don't want kind of that rancid milk smell. No, not good. So make sure you take them out of your cup of tea before you put the milk in. The green tea particularly, it just doesn't want to come out. And so when they dried, I went in to try and get all the stuff out, and like the green tea just sticks inside, and even rubbing it, I can't get it all out. And that's a testament, because I've got tea dust or tiny tea leaves. Right, just scoop that into my rubbish bin. So the first ones that I did, the black tea also has some residue in that I can't get completely out. My first ones are kind of a bit gritty. I will still use them, that's fine. But I discovered the easiest way to deal with the tea leaves. Open them up, dump out whatever you can, and then run them under the tap. And you will still get the odd little bit here and there that needs to come out, but way cleaner. So under the tap, kind of ease them open and let the water run through, and it will wash out a good 95% of the tea leaves, and then dry them, and then obviously get rid of whatever's left in there. So I've still got a bit of tea dust, but that's okay. Especially once I open them fully out, we'll be able to get rid of that a lot easier. Now, I'm also using an old file folder. This one I picked up at my favourite junk shop, Creative Junk, and I've already cut it in half along the spine just to make it a little easier to work with. And I've got a bunch here of old sheet music. These are actually photocopies. They came out of my mum's stash, but they've been photocopied onto like butcher paper. It's got that kind of rough texture. I don't precisely know what sort of paper. That's all I can liken it to. So they look really old. To be fair, they're probably from the 70s and 80s. That's old now, isn't it? I'm aging myself. But like, it's not like 1920s or anything. It's actually photocopied music. But I found that in Mum's stash that she gave me, and I thought, perfect, I'll use that. Just a few random bits of book page of different colours. Oh, now that is not photocopy, fax paper. It's that shiny. I wonder if I can use that at some point. Not for today anyway. We'll put that aside. So tea bags if you don't have used tea bags that you've got ready, you can use any tea bag or tea bag like material. Of course, because these are used, they are coloured, they're stained with the colour of the tea as they were used. File folder or some other sort of base, doesn't matter. A cereal box, scrapbook paper, cardstock that you don't like, whatever, you know, book page. But I'm using this, and I'm going to make tags. So first off, let's cut some bases from this file folder. Back in the day when I was using file folders, we actually called them manila folders. So I don't quite know when they kind of changed names. Okay, that tab's not fitting in, so let's just cut off the tab there. Hopefully straight. Not so straight, but it's okay. Right, now it will fit in. And how wide do we want our tags? 3.5. Let's go 3.5. I'll probably only cut up half of this file folder. I can't imagine I'll get too many done. So I envisage today we'll make some bases, and then if I can, whoops, that's 3, let's go 3.5. If I can, I'll do a decorating video for Friday, but I'm very short on video time this week because it's Monday as I record this. It will go up Tuesday. Tuesday I have insulation going in the house above, so in the ceiling space and under the floor. So I'm going to have workmen coming and going and, you know, creating noise, and that is 3.5 as well. That worked out very well. Now these are over 8.5 inches, so they're 8 5/8 inches. Too tall. How tall do I want them? Let's go, actually, if I do this round the other way, how much are we cutting off? 2 7/8 inches. We'll do it that way round. So I'm not going to be able to record on Tuesday, which means today I've got to get Tuesday video, Wednesday video done. And then what's next after that? I'm out all day Friday. I'm just doing all these the same size. Wednesday and Thursday, of course, as you will most likely be aware, are food bank days. So I might have a little bit of time in the mornings on Wednesday and Thursday. So we'll just see. I'm just feeling the pinch of time at the moment, particularly this week. With all day tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to record because they're here from 9 AM. So I don't really have much time to get a video done before they arrive, and they could be early. I don't want to really be in the middle of a video. Oops, sorry about that. Don't want to be in the middle of a video when they arrive, because that would just kill the video and be a waste of time. Maybe I'll get a short one, like do the collage video or something. Okay, so we've got our tags. That edge, I did not straighten that edge, did I? That's where I just hand cut it in half, so I might just make it a little bit narrower and just straighten that up. Yeah. Now I'm looking at that going, is any of this straight? My goodness, I might have to do a bit of tinkering here because none of this looks straight. Okay, that edge is actually pretty good. I'm just going to do a line up here. That one's a little bit off. Yeah, so we'll see how we get on, my friends. We shall see. And I wanted to record on Sunday to take, you know, take some of that time pressure off, but I just was not up to it. I could not face it. I was tired and headachy and just knew I needed to listen to my body and just not do anything. And that's pretty much what I did. I did nothing. Oh, I've got a sneeze coming. Excuse me. Managed to catch it in my elbow, so hopefully it wasn't too loud. And now my nose is wanting to run. That's typical. Sneezing always makes my nose run. Right, this one looks not straight, and it's not. The rest I think looks fine. Okay, sorry about that. I thought I had everything under control. Just an illusion, really, being under control. Okay, let's cut it into tag shape. Yeah, so anyway, how are you doing? How's your week started? So it started off okay. Mine is started off busy, trying to get videos done, and I'm going well so far. This is my second video of the day that I'm recording, and it's only just gone 10:15. So I'm feeling positive. Maybe I'm thinking I'll do 3 today. So this is my second. That means 1 more. So depending how I feel, maybe I can get 4 done and just be crazy lady on the video, because doing more than 3 tends to make me a bit nonsensical at times, but we'll see. We shall see. I also tend to crash a bit in the afternoon, especially if I've been really busy up front in the morning. I tend to just, my energy levels drop right down. So yeah, we'll see. No promises, guys. No promises that there'll be a full week of videos, but I'll try my best. And it's because I want to, not because what am I trying to say? Not because any of you are pressuring me to put out a video every day. It's only my self-pressure because I want to. That's what I'm trying to say in a very inelegant way. Right, so I've got 4 bases. So I'm going to collage these up with my bits of book page and sheet music and tea bags. That's where the tea bags come in. I'm going to give it some texture. Right, so let's start with some sheet music. It's such a weird, rough, kind of slightly unpleasant texture, you know, when I'm handling it. Right, actually, I think, because I've got like the photocopy of the spiral bound in the middle there. That's actually quite a cool thing in of itself. I was tempted to think of it as rubbish, but it's not rubbish. It's a really cool pattern. So I will keep that because that's kind of cool, actually. Would be a good collage element as well. This edge I'm not so in love with because it's just like, be good for stamping. So I'll put it aside. Right, don't think I want the top there. Copyright. I'm not that great on my Roman numerals, so normally look it up if I need to. So I'm not going to attempt to say what that is. The copyright date is. It's not original anyway. It's photocopied. It's probably not legal, shall we say. But however, I didn't do it, and my mum probably didn't do it either. She was probably given it. So we'll just ignore that whole copyright issue because it's just going to be a layer on our tags. So I'm kind of trying to do a little bit, just lightly mess make. It's only one-sided, mess make kind of. Insofar as I do mess make, which I don't typically do. It can be stamping as well, actually. I quite like how that comes along the bottom there. Okay, I'm going to glue those on. So, mess make kind of, very loosely. Have you got a busy week coming up, guys? What's on your schedule for this week? Feel free to let me know in the description, not description box, in the comment section. If you've got anything fun or exciting or particularly crafty coming up. I'd love to hear what you're up to, or even like what you're making, what's on your desk at the moment. Just going to switch out that page. It's already gluey from my video this morning. So we'll just, oops, get in there. Start with a fresh page now. Yeah, let me know. I'd love to know what creative project you're up to, whether it's journal related or otherwise. You know, you might be knitting a jersey, or I don't know, arranging some flowers, singing in a choir. I don't know, anything creative, let me know. Oops, I'm going to end up with a really sticky mat because of the bits that are overhanging. Actually, now that I look at that, do I want to fold that round? Hold fire just while the glue's still wet. That would be right just up to that point. So we'll just get a little bit of the music. I like that, and maybe this bottom bit as well. So it's still writable, but just got a little bit of that fun music wrapping around. This one not so much because of the straight edge there, but we could possibly do the bottom there, and maybe this top bit. There you go, and I'll take care of some of the sticky overhang. Totally unplanned, making it up as I go along, as per usual. So what have I got on apart from videos? And I need to work on the newsletter for February, sorry, for February. So while the workmen are here, I'll probably be in my office doing newsletter, working on Patreon printables, all that sort of thing, all the computer type work. I'll try and get as much done of that as I can while they're here, because that'll keep me out of their way, and you know, at least I can achieve some things. So we've just got a little bit folded at the top on that one. Now this one, and I am still heavily engaged in learning. So I have been learning heaps over January. I've just been signing up for free course after free course after free course, often overlapping or even at the same time. So most of them I'm having to watch like the replays rather than watch it at the time it plays. And it's just wonderful. I'm really on a learning kick at the moment. It's so much fun. It's inspiring and it's so good. Right, didn't leave much at the bottom, so again I think just at the top here. Doesn't matter if the text is upside down or the music notes, not at all concerned. Right, can I get a little bit of that folded over and have it actually stay? With a little bit of encouragement maybe. I might need to go in with some tacky glue if it's pops up. It's quite likely to pop up. Okay, let's trim it off because I need to trim off as I go so I can see how it's looking. Oh, sticky. Oh, it's got the word wife. Cool. Yeah, so at the moment I'm doing a kind of more like an art for healing type course. Oh, come on, get off my fingers. And what else? I'm doing more than one at the moment. I'm doing a second collage one for the month. So I did one at the beginning of the month, and I'm doing another one which I'm quite behind. It's actually well and truly finished, but I'm just watching the replays. I'm like halfway through that one. And there's another one I'm doing. What's the other one? And I've got some that have started and finished and I haven't even started on. And I will, you know, when I'm finished the ones I'm doing, I'll go on to those if they're still available. I signed up to some knowing that I might not get it done. And that's okay. They're all free ones. And I thought, well, if I don't get it done, that's okay. But if I don't sign up and get all the information, then I will forget about it. Like I'll forget what it's called, where it was, who it was. So I thought, well, I might as well sign up and then I'll get all the information, all the emails, the notifications, and at least have a chance of doing some, if not all of it. So it's been great. I've done drawing ones, I've done painting ones, I've done collage ones, I've done, yeah, all sorts. It's just so fun. Loving it, really enjoying that educational kick. It's great. Thoroughly recommend it. If you need a bit of an injection for the start of the year, if you need some inspiration or some motivation, then find a free course. You know, it doesn't have to cost. Find a free course that like ticks your buttons, hits your buttons, pushes your buttons, something your buttons, excites you, and just do it, even if you just do some of it. Thoroughly recommended. Right, I think I'm going to open one of these tea bags because I'm not sure where in the process of collaging I want to place them. Whether I place them over book page or on their own, or a bit of both, possibly a bit of both. Now, getting them open without ripping. Okay, I might end up cutting. Let's cut this one. Need to clean my scissors because they are sticky. And these bits that I'm cutting off, the seams, probably use those somewhere as well in some way. Just tear that bit off. It doesn't really matter if they're not, if they're torn. It's probably preferable actually because you get that fun edge. Okay, I'm going to put that, this is where I'm starting to slow down now, at least on this one. Now, can I glue on this? Unknown territory here. I imagine the glue's going to go through like it does on very thin tissue and stuff. As far as I'm aware, tea bag is a bit tougher than like napkin or tissue, because it's designed to get wet and stew, if you like. Stew in a teapot or in a cup. Okay, I imagine that glue will disappear. I hope it disappears. I've got a little overhang. I can trim that. Now these are, oh, that one might work there. I was going to say they're a little bit small. So I put like a piece up the top. I'm actually going to put that piece up the top there. So I've got part of the seam still on one edge of this wee tea bag. Oops. Okay, grab another one. Let's tear this, see if we can tear this one completely. This is a green tea bag, so it's probably got more residue in it. Yeah, I found the green tea just kind of almost stuck inside. I had to really rub it off and know that I didn't get everything. It's coming apart nicely though, really nicely. So we've got a little few tea leaves in there. These are green tea with lemon and ginger, so maybe the lemon and ginger component makes it a little bit more clumpy or sticky or something than just straight tea leaves. I'm going to tear that apart. Oh yeah, these ones tear really nicely, cleanly. Okay, put that bit there, I think. I am getting so sticky. I think I'll put that seam edge towards the middle. Some fun colours on the tea bag. Some of it's transferred from the black tea bags. Now that one is a paler colour, pretty much disappears, but it will still have a fun texture. Okay, and this one, put it up there. Right, I think we'll get rid of that blue page. Has anyone else been doing any courses or anything lately? Is it your jam, not your jam? If you've done any good ones over January, let me know. Maybe it's one I want, and if it's still available, maybe it's one I want to have a look at. Add to my collective, so to speak. Okay, so we've got a piece of tea bag. I think I will add more tea bag as an additional layer once the rest is collaged. So this really cool, this is from an Enid Blyton book. So great, look at that. I mean, there's more text there, but look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. It is quite fragile paper, is the only thing. It's tearing every which way. So I don't know if it's really that suitable for stamping because of the fragility of it. Okay, that can go there. And so I'll need to be careful gluing it as well. If I've got glue on my glue page, it's likely to stick and tear. So need to be aware of that. But it's really cool paper. The colour of it. And that funky torn edge looks really cool as well. Fold that, have a little bit of that folded over. I'm not going to fold the tea bag. It can just be as it is. Be ruthless and throw out the scraps. Okay, a little bit of blank at the top there. Don't really want that. Okay, I'll find something else to put down that side. One of the other book pages probably. Okay, that one. I've kind of lost the mass make, haven't I? Now I need another sheet of that. So let's go to the book. I want to keep the images. So I'm looking for pages that have no images, and a lot of them do have a picture. And work around that one maybe. It's great to have a children's book with pictures, but if you just want to use text, maybe we can... No, there's a picture on the back. There's a picture there I've saved from another page. Let's see if we can find... Oh, here we go. It's mostly text there. Or actually all text. Tear that one there. Preserve the picture. Certainly does not like to be torn vertically. Very raggedy. Something like that. So yeah, I think it worked quite well for me, doing last week's journal cards and then doing the decorating on the Friday. Did you guys like that? Was that okay? It just meant that the Friday video was also a bit shorter because it was just the decorating, not the whole making of the whole thing. No, I'm not going to fold that up this time. I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, that's that one. One more with this. We don't need to put it vertical. We could put it sideways. Maybe I want to put it side. No, I want to put it this way. So let's put it that way. Just didn't want to have everything sort of meeting at the same point. And it was looking a bit like that. So just put that sideways, have a different different orientation for this bit. Okay, so that's that book page. I'm going through the glue pages here. Okay, so we need one more bit, I think, on all of them. And we might be using different bits for different ones because I've only like grabbed out one page of each thing here. Just get rid of the plain bits on the side. This is from a synonym and antonym book. It's actually called that. It's not called a thesaurus, interestingly enough. But that's essentially what it is. That's exactly what it is, actually. Got the word kill there. We don't really want that, do we? Although it's got kind right underneath. So kind is good. In fact, I don't like either side on that bit, so I'm going to tear it off and discard it because words on both sides aren't very happy. And just double check this bit. Oh, we'll put it this side because this is joy and jovial and jubilant. So all sorts of happy words. Okay, I'll trim these up soon. Right. Just checking. That section, is that big enough? I think we can do something with that. Not sure actually. The colour was different, but the text on it kind of read a bit similar in look. So I'm thinking maybe something completely different. This is a lot smaller text. And it also goes above and below that piece. Excuse me. So I think that to my eye looks better. Just want to wrap that around. I need to trim off that. This is also why I like to trim as I go, usually. Because I want to wrap part of that around, but I don't want it to wrap that underneath layer around. Here we go. Hairy scissors. Don't like it. Don't like hairy scissors. Oh, we did watch a good movie over the weekend, the 6888. You may have seen it. It's been out a while on, I think it was Netflix or was it Prime? I can't remember. I've been wanting to watch it and I didn't think hubby was overly interested, which is unusual because he likes historical dramas. But anyway, he put it on over the weekend and it's such a good film. Really good, about a battalion of African American, there were some Asians I think in the battalion as well, during World War II, and my goodness what they had to go through, you know, because one, they were not white, just shocking and atrocious what used to happen, but like they were set up to, they thought they would fail at their assigned mission for the war, and given really terrible, what's the word, accommodation, and you know, it didn't even fully tell them what they were up for before they landed there. And it's like, and just incredible that men and white men can be so awful, so awful. Right, do we want this down? I think I do. But it's really triumphant, you know. They did a brilliant job. That everyone else that had tried it had failed. Now I do have a gap up there, so I'm going to have to put an extra piece on this. Yeah, it's really good. I recommend it if you're into historical dramas, true stories, all that jazz. It's really good. It can make you a little mad though at the treatment and at the silly things that went on. Can make one a little mad, a little like, ooh, I'd like to walk up and slap you kind of mad. Because it's just weird. I find it incredibly weird, the whole thing of racism and how somebody can be lesser just because of the colour of their skin or their nationality or whatever. It's like, what a load of bollocks. All beautiful people. I just put that little, yeah, put that little bit there. Just cover that gap. But yes, thoroughly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, do go ahead and watch it. It's very good. And there's a few moments in there where you know, you just rejoice with them. As much as you might cringe and at the treatment of them, there are times when it's just pure joy of yes. And I like those moments in a film. Very, very good. Right, so we've got this one to do. And that, just going to tear it down a bit so I'm not gluing so much paper. That will fit there nicely. This one's got a J. It may or may not end up covered. And I think I'll wrap that around. Okay, so they are all covered. I'm just going to give them a quick little once over to make sure that they're all completely covered. Yep, yep, yep. Now, do I want to put more tea bag on? How are we going on time? Yeah, we're okay on time so far. Another green tea bag. So these are the ones that are washed under the tap and very, very little inside them. So a lot nicer to work with. My hands are really horribly sticky. I want to give it torn edges. I'm kind of thinking, do I wait to do this for the decorating phase? I'm going to put it there because there are some words that they're okay, but I think I just want to disguise them a little bit. So I'm going to put that bit on there. It's just going to tone down the text a little bit in that area. Make it not sort of so black and white, if you like, but still readable at the moment. Is there any other place I want to add? Wanting the torn edge look rather than those seams, straight seams. Yep, put that there. I'm not necessarily dulling down anything there. That's not the purpose of it. It's just to add an extra little detail. Okay, I'm liking those extra bits of tea bag. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some on each. Get extra gluey gluing them like this because the glue goes through onto the straight through the tea bag. Onto the book page or the glue page. That bit we might be able to wrap that around. Yep. Okay, and one more bit for this one. Tea leaves themselves, when they're dried, can be really fantastic texture if you're into mixed media. I've used it back when I was doing a lot of mixed media. Mix it with modelling paste and it's a really fun texture. It's very lumpy, but yeah, it's really cool. Very cool. So bear in mind you can use tea leaves as well, just depending what you want to do, what sort of texture you want to create. It's a much bulkier, you know, when you start adding things to modelling paste, you're going to get a much bulkier finish, which is fine if you're not doing it inside a journal. So if it's, you know, inside an art journal is fine because but not inside a writing journal. Right, that's there, and we'll fold that around the side again for a subtle little bit. Right, so I think we're done, my friends. So I'll try and do a decorating video for Friday. If not, it will come up at some other time. Here we go. We got 4 bases done. I will ink around them, front and back, and I'll do that off camera. So by the time we do the decorating video, they'll already be inked. And we can decorate them, think about whether we want to add a topper or not, and what else we're going to do with them. I think they look really cool, and the tea bag adds just not only a different look, but a different texture as well. So super fun. Go save your tea bags, guys, and dry them out. Or if you can't be bothered, or if you don't drink tea, just buy some like on Amazon, and they'll be good. And you can coffee dye them, tea dye them, whatever as well, if you want them to be coloured. So thanks for joining me, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this little project so far, and hopefully I can bring it to you again soon for the decorating. Have a great week, my friends, and see you next time. Bye.